The question is that the motion be agreed to. I give the call to the member for Gilmore.
Mr Deputy Speaker, I simply can't believe that the Labor Party has had the hide to bring forward a motion that attempts to shame the coalition over its record on regional Australia, when it's their debt in the first place. And there's one record that regional and rural Australians are disgusted with. It's the record of the past 6 years of Labor debt and Labor waste, and the one we voted down at the last election. The Council, on the other hand, has already begun to breathe new life into regional Australia with record investment in infrastructure and services. Already over $20 million has been committed in grants and infrastructure funding for Gilmore alone. More than $3 million has been made available to improve 6 local black spots, with the bulk of that funding put towards the Princess Highway and Turpentine Road. Programs like the $565 million Black Spot program, crucial to fixing dangerous and accident-prone sections of local roads and streets, or the $248 million Heavy Vehicle Safety Project program, go directly to our commitment for rural and regional Australia. We've also committed $100 million in this budget to fix up mobile phone black spots across the country, mainly for the benefit of rural and regional Australia. There's also $100 million extra for rural research and over $50 million to entice more doctors to work and train in rural and regional practices. Ours is an electorate Labor abandoned because they never understood our issues or how to address them or even know how to talk to us. Why is this? It's because they're fundamentally out of touch with regional Australia, predominantly small business people, families and farmers. The Labor Party has no link to these people and do not understand the challenges that we in regional Australia face every day. Labor will never understand what it's like to be a single mother raising 2 kids in a regional or rural town, or how hard it really is to find employment when the only public transport into your town centre runs just once a day in each direction. This government cares about single parents, and that's why we're introducing a $750 payment to single mothers receiving the full rate of Family Tax Benefit Part A. The Labor Party, when they introduced the carbon tax, simply had no idea of the impact they had on the 39 dairy farms in Gilmore. At a time when milk was retailing for $1 a litre, the increases to electricity and refrigerant gases were crippling. The electricity bill for one dairy farmer in my electorate, Tracy Russell from Brundee, has increased from $1,400 a month to over $2,400 since the introduction of the carbon tax. Tracy estimates that at least half of that, so over $500 a month, is solely due to the carbon tax. Another example is the cost of refrigerating milk on farm. Prices for refrigerant gases have increased between 200% and 400% for farmers in my electorate. This translates into an increase in cost of over $15,000 for some farmers in my electorate to regas their refrigeration systems. Gilmore has a complexity of issues, Mr Deputy Speaker. Despite this, we work hard, always trying new solutions to give our community a hand up, not just a hand out. Programs like the revamped Work for the Dole, a program which is being piloted in the Shoalhaven from 1 July, helps give regional communities like mine a sense of self-worth and opportunity where before there was none. Labor does not understand Work for the Dole. Australians do not want to rely on welfare. They want to stand proud. Australians, especially rural and regional Australians in Gilmore, are a very proud people.
Order.
That's why Work for the Dole is so important in Gilmore, because fundamentally I believe that most people want to work for what they have, to get ahead in life, and will always value the skills that community work can bring. It's a time to help our youth to regain their sense of self, their can-do attitude and their desire to make their lives better. Deputy Speaker, this motion before the House talks about government's budget priorities. I can't help but think that budget criticisms are a bit rich coming from Labor, especially as they've left all Australians a legacy of $667 billion of debt and $1 billion of monthly interest for years to come, and more than 200,000 extra people unemployed. That enormous debt, and there is not a lot to show for it. What an amazing testimony to financial mismanagement. There is not a single Australian who could not make a suggestion of where this money could have been better spent unless they're from the opposition. Those on the other side indicate cuts to education, but if there's a net increase each year, that's not a cut. With an extra 80,000 places at university, that is not a cut. With a chance to study for an associate diploma or diploma, not just a degree, that's enhancing our tertiary opportunities for regional students, not cutting them. Labor doesn't get it. Our youth, our regional people, don't want their grandchildren to be burdened with debt This budget provides a vision for a debt-free future. I've yet to hear a whisper of a plan from those on the other side.
I thank the member for Gilmore. The question is that the motion be agreed to, and I give the call to the member for Thros.